Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to No DQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com as well as the YouTube channel and No DQ&A videos affiliate RingsideNews.com. Monday Night Raw just wrapped up in the UK. Very interesting show this week, and an interesting Raw will be happening next week. I'll get to that more in a second here. Got your questions from spring.me/Aaron Rift. Let's get started with the first one today from ZachQPR1990. Why is WWE Tonight posting spoilers on their Twitter account for Raw? I guess I could talk about this since by the time this video goes up, Raw will be on in the United States. I'm sure most of you know anyways because WWE did in fact spoil Raw on their official website, WWE.com, and the social media sites. Ryback apparently went heel on Raw, but then at the end of Raw, it appears that he's going back to being a babyface. I'm not sure what the hell is going on right now. You're asking why would WWE spoil a potential Ryback heel turn on Raw? There's a lot of why questions regarding this, but regarding why they would post a spoiler on their own website, simply put, they're trying to boost ratings. They're trying to do something to draw up interest in Raw. They know it's a tape show and people are going to see spoilers beforehand. So their attitude is, well, let's do a big angle, let's spoil it, and let's try to draw up some buzz about Raw and get people talking, and maybe that'll actually increase the ratings. I don't think it's going to matter one way or another whether WWE posts spoilers or not. I think that whatever effect spoilers have, it's minimum. It doesn't really matter all that much. People either watch or they won't watch. Doesn't matter if there's spoilers or not. Now, regarding why they would do something like have Ryback turn heel when he just turned babyface with his comeback, I don't know. I got a question here from Chris Mace 39628. With Ryback apparently joining the Authority at Survivor Series, was there a point of bringing him back as a face only to turn him heel 2 weeks later, or could this be a swerve where he turns on the Authority? Well, based off the end of Raw, I'm guessing that Ryback will in fact be a babyface. I guess you could call it a heel turn or a tease of a heel turn. At the end of Raw, Ryback fought John Cena, and then Kane interfered. There was a DQ. Ryback got in Kane's face, and Seth Rollins was there trying to be the peacemaker, and then all hell broke loose, and Ryback took out the Authority. So one would think Ryback is back to being a babyface, and this was just a one-night heel turn. I really don't get it, other than the fact that WWE is desperate to try and generate some buzz for Survivor Series and do some kind of angle that will hook people. Why you would turn Ryback heel again, even if it's just for one show, I don't really get it. I don't know what WWE is thinking. The whole thing is confusing, and I really feel like it's just a desperate attempt by WWE to get people talking about Survivor Series. That's really the only thing I can think of why they would do something like that, especially when Ryback has actually been quite over since coming back as a babyface. Why they would go back to having him be a heel again. Maybe they're trying to have Ryback beat the Big Show's record for the most babyface and heel turns. I don't really know. So I don't get it, and I guess we'll see where things go leading into Survivor Series with Ryback. Maybe he'll end up being back with John Cena. I don't know. Whatever the case is, I mean, really, Ryback is just a bit player. They're all bit players. It's the John Cena show at Survivor Series. We all know he's going on to the Rumble or TLC or whatever to face Brock Lesnar, and for the time being, it's going to be the John Cena show, and everybody else is a bit player. So at the end of the day, whatever they do with Ryback doesn't really matter that much. Got this question here from JKin62. Will we get a WrestleMania 31 prediction panel with you, Stevie Breach, Mike Nagel, Noah Donish, and possibly Jeff Meacham? I think it would be interesting since your guys' WrestleMania 29 predictions was great and hilarious. Well, thank you for that. I'm glad somebody remembered that WrestleMania 29 prediction video. With that situation, I was up in Sacramento with Noah Donish and Stevie Breach, and the timing was just right. We were all there together. We were able to do that panel. For WrestleMania 31, I'm hoping to be there for that, and I'm hoping to take advantage of a lot of people being in town for WrestleMania 31. The plan right now is to do as many videos as possible, predictions for WrestleMania 31, Hall of Fame discussion, WrestleMania discussion, post WrestleMania discussion and Raw review. Hoping to do that with as many people as possible, have a series of panels, and do as many videos and as much stuff as possible for WrestleMania 31 weekend. That is the plan right now, and I'm sure a lot of people will be there. I'll be able to have other people on video that you normally don't see on the No DQ YouTube channel. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of all that, but I'm hoping to have various panels for WrestleMania 31, no doubt. And I got another question here. When you think of insanely loud pops in the past 10 years you've witnessed in person firsthand, what are the ones that come to mind? To me, looking back personally, from being at live events, the biggest pop I could ever recall was at a Raw show in 2003. It was February. It was right around No Way Out. It was actually right before No Way Out. Steve Austin was being advertised for that pay-per-view to face off with Eric Bischoff. And I was at the Ron Staples Center, and Austin was not on the live Raw show, and they were just doing a promo for that match, and nobody expected Steve Austin to actually show up in person. But then when Raw went off the air, Steve Austin's music hit, and he came out unexpectedly, and the place just went completely bonkers. It was the biggest reaction I ever heard, and there were people next to me that were literally flying out of their seats. They almost fell over from the excitement of Steve Austin coming out. It was truly an amazing moment to see him come out as a complete surprise just for the LA crowd. And I think WWE put that out on a Steve Austin DVD and the after show DVD. It was one of the greatest moments for me at a live event, seeing Steve Austin come out when nobody was expecting him to be there. And a close second would be Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 21, when you had Muhammad Hassan out there, and that whole segment with him in Eugene, and then all of a sudden Hulk Hogan's music hits. Place went completely unglued for Hulk Hogan in Los Angeles. I mean, you had all these adults acting like they were 10 years old again, just going crazy for Hogan. So that was another insanely loud pop. All right, got this question here from Chris Canyon with a C. Canyon with a C. Hey Aaron, what do you think Brock Lesnar will do after he drops the title, and do you think King Kong Bundy should be inducted into the Hall of Fame? Please answer in video, thanks. Regarding Brock Lesnar, I think there's a decent chance he could end up in UFC. I know that there's a lot of talk about him going back to UFC for one more run and maybe a final comeback, and maybe he could challenge for the UFC title again. I could certainly see that as a possibility. Or if the money's right, he could stay with WWE and continue on. But I'm not sure what else you do with Brock Lesnar. He's been WWE champion, and I'm not really sure what else you can do with him. I mean, you can do Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. They still haven't done Brock Lesnar versus Orton. But beyond having Brock drop the title, I'm not really sure where else they go with him. You know, that is a peak to become WWE champion. And after that, I'm not really sure what else you can do with Brock, what other things he can possibly do, what value there is in him. I'm not really sure. So, you know, it is possible he could just end up going to UFC again, or maybe do nothing at all. I mean, he doesn't have to work again if he doesn't want to. Guy is certainly set for life if he chooses to step away and just retire. Regarding King Kong Bundy in the Hall of Fame, I mean, I say this for every person. You could say anybody. Would blank go into the WWE Hall of Fame? And my answer will always be, if Koko B. Ware can get in, anybody can get in. Now, if we're taking the Hall of Fame seriously, King Kong Bundy, I mean, he was a top heel. He had a main event with Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania. But beyond that, I mean, he was just a big heel that went up against Hulk Hogan. He's a memorable persona in WWE, no doubt. But Hall of Fame material, I'm really not sure. I don't know if I would personally put him in the Hall of Fame if I was taking this Hall of Fame seriously. But, you know, with the way it's gone in WWE, with the people that they put in, I could very well see him go into the WWE Hall of Fame. I mean, with Koko B. Ware in there, with Drew Carey in there, certainly King Kong Bundy can be in it. All right, this one comes from K-Fabe Candy S. On the Go Home show for a free pay-per-view that is supposed to encourage potential new network subscriptions, Is it wise to promote a cat for that Raw? I think it comes off like WWE isn't serious about the show and the product and will turn off anyone who is still on the fence. I don't really think it matters all that much. Once again, the people that are going to watch Survivor Series are going to watch Survivor Series whether there's a cat on Raw or not. I don't think it's going to hurt WWE. I don't think it's going to help WWE. It's just filler. It's just something for WWE, to make them think that they're something special, that they can get these celebrities. I guess you can call the Grumpy Cat a celebrity, an internet celebrity. I mean, everybody knows Grumpy Cat, but it's kind of silly. I mean, actually, I would say it's really silly. It reminds me of when you had Chucky from Child's Play appear on Nitro, and not only appear on Nitro, but have a conversation with Rick Steiner. That was one of the dumbest things I'd ever seen in WCW, and that says a lot. So we'll see what happens with the Grumpy Cat. I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to have Grumpy Cat do a segment with somebody? I mean, wouldn't surprise me. We could very well see Grumpy Cat cutting a promo on somebody, which would be absolutely ridiculous. But, nothing is off limits for WWE. I mean, they're known for just doing completely ridiculous, over-the-top stuff. And it's best not to try and not get too angry about it. So, I mean, whatever. But to answer your question, don't think it'll matter one way or another. So that'll do it for this edition of No DQ&A video. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the latest regarding Survivor Series and the whole Ryback storyline, and we'll figure out what's going on with that. I'm sure we'll have updates regarding Survivor Series and Ryback. And subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Another Talk Wrestling coming up this week with Jeff Meacham and Rob Van Dam. Stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys next time for more No DQ&A video.